Hi there, I'm Nathaniel, the other half of D&D Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to play Monster Moos. Okay, so here we have a game of Monster Moos in progress. I'll briefly go over what you see in front of you so that we can talk about the basics of how to play Monster Moos, and in later videos we'll talk about some of the advanced tactics and options that really take this from being a kid's game into being a game that kids and adults can share, and also one that helps young gamers or inexperienced gamers learn how to play games with player agency, as opposed to games like the Game of Life or Trouble, where it's pretty much all just randomness. So, here we have the Moo dice. We'll use those in the portal phase. The green area is the field. You can see it's got Moo tokens on it. The 4 types: Zombie Moos, Cyborg Moos, Ghost Moos, and Dragon Moos. Over here we have the discard pile. Here we have the draw deck. And over here we have our hand. Normally this would be hidden information. We wouldn't want the other players to see it. But since we're showing how to play the game, we've gone ahead and revealed it. Now, the first step is called the rustle. That's where you rustle up some tools. So you do that by either drawing 2 off the face down deck, off the top, or the top 1 card off of the discard. Now, player choice is a big deal in this one, and we're going to look at this and make our first decision here. We'd like to be able to capture some of these Cyborg Moos. However, we only have 1 yellow tool here, and there's 1 yellow tool here, which will only give us 2 yellow tools. You do need 3 in order to wrangle a herd of cows, so that's not going to advance us too much. So we're going to go ahead and choose to take the unknown. Maybe we'll get lucky since we're getting 2 cards. So we're going to draw them and reveal them. The first one we draw is a green tool, Brain on a Stick, great for luring in zombies. And you'll notice that we already have another green tool in our hand, the Camouflage Cologne. This gives us 2 green tools, so maybe with our second card off the top, we'll be able to capture some of these green moves. Let's see what we get. We'll set these back down here with our hand. So, draw the second one, and we got a red tool, the Fireproof Duds, Asbestos Underwear. So, notice we already have 2 red tools in our hands, the Lizard Tranquilizer, great for knocking out the Dragon Moos, and the Steel Stetson, great for protecting you from the big, sharp Dragon Moo teeth. So, using these 3, I would probably be able to wrangle some moves. Now, I've drawn my cards, I'm done with the rustle phase. So, from here, I go into what we call the roundup. This is where you would choose to play action cards if you had them, which we'll discuss in a later video, wrangle moos if you have enough tools to do so and want to, or you can choose to do neither of those, play no cards, and sit a spell. Sit a spell allows you to discard cards and draw more cards. We'll also discuss that later when we talk about advanced tactics. So for now, we'll just do the easy, obvious thing, and we'll go ahead and wrangle some moos. So we take the 3 tools I'm going to use, we reveal that we have them, and then I choose the order I want to discard them to the discard pile. So it doesn't matter right now for the most part, so I'll just go ahead and discard the Steel Stetson, the Lizard Tranquilizer, and then the Fireproof Duds. That allows me to select a herd of Dragon Moos. I have 2 here, 4 there, or 1 there in herds. Most of the time you're going to want to just go ahead and take the biggest herd, so we'll go ahead and do that now. I take those off the board, and I put them in my ranch area, which is just off the board right in front of me. After that point, I check my hand. There's not really anything else I can do. Now, if I had other tools to play, I could actually go ahead and wrangle more moves or play action cards, but since I don't, we'll go ahead and finish the roundup. Now that we're done with the roundup phase, we move on to the portal phase. Now, the portal phase is where we're going to use the Moo dice to figure out how many of what types of moves enter the field from their home dimensions. So, we pick up the Moo dice, we roll them, and this tells me that 1 cyborg, 1 dragon, and 1 zombie have entered the field. So, I pull them from the holding area, and then I place them on the board. There are specific rules on how to place the moos, but for now we'll just simplify it to place them next to another moo of their color, and you're good to go. So, I go ahead and put the zombie there. I'll place the cyborg over here so I don't group them up too much, and then I'll place this dragon right over here. Okay? Now, I've placed all my moos, my portal phase is done, I move on to the last step, the mosey. This is where the moos wander around on the field. Now the rule here is you have to move 1 moo of each type, 1 space. You can choose whichever moos you want within those constraints, and you can move them however you want within those constraints. And this is how we split up the herds. There's a lot of strategy that goes into where you position your moos during the portal and where you move them during the mosey. And that's where a lot of the strategy elements come in. So, I'll go ahead and do it defensively, and I'll move this cyborg here. I'll go ahead and move this dragon here. I'll split this herd up and move the ghost over here, and then I'll take this zombie and I'll stretch him out over to here. Now, if I was thinking about maybe trying to get some zombies myself, I maybe would want to put them over there with those 4, or those 3 to make a herd of 4. But if I stick them here, there might be a chance somebody else will end up growing the zombies some more. So, at that point, I've moved all the moos that I can, and I am done. I checked to make sure I have no more than 7 cards, and in fact I don't. I only have 4, so I pass turn to the next player. Usually you indicate this by just handing them the dice, but you can use whatever method you want. And that's the basics of Monster Moos. Thank you for watching.